What is up, everybody? And welcome to Studio Day Heffrey after a victorious Cowboy game yesterday. Here we are. And I'll just start off with this. In the comments at youtube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh, just leave me how you feeling. How you feeling? Because I've known the last 2 weeks that I've got to talk people off the ledge. And I don't know if that's still a thing that we have to do, but I do feel like we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the Cowboys' offense, which is obviously not the bright spot of this team at the moment, as opposed to the big picture. And the big picture is dub. 3 straight road wins for the Cowboys. Defense is dominant, and you are currently heading for something that I don't think most of us thought would be possible, escaping the 4 seed. Cowboys right now are the number 2 seed in the NFC. Now, that will likely not hold, at least not the way it is right now, because the reason the Cowboys are the 2 seed right now is because you're in a 3-way tie. And in a 3-way tie, head-to-head doesn't matter because there's 3 of you. And instead, you go with conference record where the Cowboys are awesome. So currently it's Green Bay 1, Cowboys 2. But if you win out and Tampa Bay wins out, they would actually pass you because it would mean that you beat the Cardinals. They're no longer a part of the tie. Now it'd be a 2-team tie. And in that 2-team tie, they beat you head-to-head. So they would take it. So I guess in theory, what you want is the Rams to win out, replace the Cardinals because they're 9-4. They could become the 3rd team in the tie. There you go. And then you could keep the 2 seed with your conference record. So let the Cowboys, Tampa, and the Rams win out, and you can keep the 2 seed. Hell, have the Packers lose some games. Go get the damn bye. How about that? You're alive for the bye. Let's go. So that's where I am today. Defense is great. Micah Parsons didn't have a sack, so he's going to have to start a new streak. He didn't seem too bothered by that. This pass rush is going to make this defense incredibly formidable. It's going to mean that these turnovers can keep happening, because you've got 3 very legitimate pass rush threats that are going to screw people up. Now, you're doing a lot of this against bad quarterbacks, but here is my point about bad quarterbacks, okay? I do have a point about bad quarterbacks. The bad quarterback that we're going to be dismissive of that the Cowboys beat, one of them, is Taysom Hill. Congrats, you beat Taysom Hill. Tom Brady didn't. You just got shut out. Cardinals just lost to the fighting Dan Campbells. You take your wins in this league and you party on. 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now, we hope that this offense has found its stride a little bit, got its mojo back. In the meantime, you stack dubs and you party. That's what you do in this league. Now, about that offense. Here's what I'll say about that offense. What are you doing, dog? Is there a ball down there? Oh, there sure is. Look at that. All right. About this offense. I was encouraged a little bit in the game against the Giants. A little bit, I say. The encouraging things were that they were able to run the ball. The encouraging things were that they were able to throw the ball. Dak did not struggle to complete passes. Let me get his exact stat line. Dak did not struggle to complete passes in any way, shape, or form. It's just that they're not throwing deep balls. They're not really pushing the ball down the field. The 2 times they tried, one was a wind ball to Gallup. I was like, wow, that's an awful throw. After the game, McCarthy said that one was going into the wind, and it kind of got it. And the other one was the crosser to CeeDee Lamb that he just decided to drop, right? So you're not struggling to throw the ball in terms of completing passes. 28 of 37. If CeeDee just catches the balls that hit him, it's 31 of 37. It's the depth of target and the yards per attempt, which are way down. And I expect that some, not to the extent that it is happening. I expect it some. The reason I expect it some is because what we talked about, what teams are doing against the Cowboys. What teams are doing against the Cowboys is they're rushing 4 guys, they're dropping 7, and they're trying to take away your ability to throw the ball down the field. That's what defenses are doing against the Cowboys, because defenses have been able to stop the run with 4 guys or 5 or 6. Throw your linebacker in there or your 2 linebackers in there. But teams have been able to, without numbers, stop the run, which means they're devoting numbers to the pass, which means your way of solving that problem is going to be throwing shorter passes and running the ball. But down at 5 yards per attempt, no, you got to be able to, between Kellen Moore and Dak and these receivers, you got to find a way to be able to get more than that. You got to find a way to solve this. And here's the good news. As my guy, Pro Football Focus Moo, points out, he'll be featured in Cowboys Twitter today because I agree with his tweet. He said the Cowboys season is the Chiefs season, shifted by 4 or 5 weeks. That's what's happening. For the Chiefs, it started in week 1, where teams said, we ain't blitzing your quarterback. We're going to rush 4. We're going to drop 7. We're not going to give up big plays. We're going to crowd it up in the kind of in-between area there, and we're just going to make it hard for you to throw. We don't believe that you'll run or that you can run. And the Chiefs dealt with that starting in week 1, whereas the Cowboys dealt with that starting in week probably 5, 6. And so that is what's happening. They're going to have to figure this out. The offensive line, I think, was a little better this week against a bad team, but it was a little better this week. You get Tyron back, and I think they could have been great. I think their biggest problems on the offensive line were Nsekhe and Steele, both in the run game and the pass game. I thought there was a couple of potentially big plays that got cost by your left tackle. So I do think that's what's happening, is you're going to have a dominant defense and an offense that at the moment you're like, please don't screw this up. And while you're not screwing this up, figure out this new look that you're getting here. You've got an offensive coach in McCarthy. You've got Kellen Moore. You've got Dak Prescott. Between the three of you, figure out how we're going to beat these teams that are trying to limit our big plays and play 7 guys in coverage. And, hey, maybe that answer, and, people hate when I talk about this, and I'm sorry that it's true. I don't mean for it to be true. Maybe make them pay for it in the run game by handing it more often to your best running back. I know I'm not allowed to say that. Pollard, 6.2 yards per carry. Zeke, 3.2 yards per carry. And people be like, but they don't give it to Pollard up the middle. They never give it to Pollard. Yes, they do. You're just making things up if you don't think they give it to Pollard up the middle. Maybe that's part of it. Give the ball to your best running back, and if he could keep getting 5 or 6 yards a carry, you'll bring a safety down. But if you're getting 3 yards a carry, defense is winning. They don't need to change anything. Just a thought. I know people don't want to hear it. Just a thought. Shout out to Dalton Schultz, by the way. Dalton Schultz deserves the shout-out of the week because I swear on everything. Like, you got other dudes who will make big plays. You got other dudes that will break tackles and go moss a guy, and there is no trait about Dalton Schultz that is special. Not a one. Not super fast. Not real evasive. Doesn't break a bunch of tackles. Ain't out there mossing people. Nothing special about Dalton Schultz. But, boy, when I tell you, if it is 3rd down, I know where Dak is going. He's going to throw a dart to Dalton Schultz, who's going to catch it. You're going to get 8 to 10 yards, Dalton. So shout out to him. I don't know that he'll be back next year because I don't know that they're going to pay what his stats are going to dictate that he get. But I'm going to dedicate today's show to Dalton Schultz, the generic tight end who just gets the damn job done. Congrats to Malik Hooker on his first interception of the season. I know he'd been waiting on that one. Congrats to Trayvon Diggs for his 10th interception on the season. That was hot. And congrats to Jordan Lewis on another interception. Your defense is awesome. Oh, shout out to your punter. That's the only other guy. 4 punts, all 4 inside the 20. Brian Anger is a baller. Great defense, great punter. Offense got to figure their crap out. And Zerline, well, maybe we just don't talk about Zerline. What do you think about that? Do we need an extra point specialist? You guys remember when we used to have David Beeler, and he was here to kick off and kick 58-yard field goals, but then we had another kicker who would just kick the short field goals? Maybe we need an extra point specialist to help out Zerline. Maybe. What seed are the Cowboys going to be when the postseason's actually here? Leave it in the comments. What's your prediction? You're number 2 right now. You could be anywhere 1 through 4. You could be anywhere, but Green Bay's playing well, so I'm guessing 2 through 4. They're going to be the 2 or the 3. Today, if the season ended, you would be playing the New Orleans Saints, who the Bucs can't beat, but you can. Sign me up. Keep the Cowboys at 2, put the Saints at 7. Let's go party. It'll be great. Leave all your Cowboy questions in the comments. Tune into the G-Bag Nation this week, 2 to 7 on 105.3 The Fan, the home of the Cowboys in DFW, and on the Odyssey app if you're not in the listening area, AUDACY. And look us up. Get up in there. This week it'll be myself and Brian Broaddus, and we will do our very best to give you good content. That'll be our goal. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everyone. I love you. Bye.